Okay. Um, can you guys see my screen? What screen can you see?
Super web design code.
Okay, amazing. Good evening, everybody. This is Salesman Obi, or most of you know me as Salesman Obi. This is Nandi Obi. I'm just going to run a background check of who I am. If you're watching this in 2026 or you're watching this later, just enjoy it like you're in a live class, right? Because this is the recording of the class. Instead of recording one by one, I want to record a class you can follow. So bear with me. Yeah, it's going to be an amazing class. Don't get discouraged. You're still going to enjoy every bit of this particular class. It's going to be an amazing experience for you also. Enjoy it. Enjoy. So today we're going to be talking about web design. We're going to be looking at the intricacies of web design. We're going to be looking at the beginning of web design. Quite a number of things. But I just want to give you guys a short story, which you guys might even see as an ad later on, or some of you saw that as an ad when you're coming in, right? So a couple of years ago, and I'm talking as far back as 11, 12 years ago, I had stumbled up, I went to learn how to use a computer just after writing JAMB, and I stumbled upon a class. I was playing around and I stumbled upon a class, and they were teaching web design. And in this particular class, I ran into the class and the lecturer was like, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "Oh, sorry, I came into the class by mistake." And he says, "Okay, that what am I learning in the computer school?" I said, "Oh, I was learning computer appreciation." And for those of you who don't know what computer appreciation is like learning Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, all of that. That's what I was learning at that time, and it was quite an interesting experience, right? Hold on, I want to. That's it. Coming. Okay. Okay, so can we all see me? Can we all see my screen? Am I showing on my screen? Those of you that are just joining, please don't be offended. Guys, I can't hear you guys again. No. I'd love that you respond so that
Yeah, yes, you're showing, you're showing.
Okay. All right. So I said a couple of years ago, my parents gave me an opportunity. I went to learn computer appreciation, stumbled upon a class, and they described web design to me. So the person who explained web design to me was an amazing teacher. He was teaching web programming, software development, and he told me that I was teaching website design. So I didn't know what website design was. So he explained it to me, and then he sold it to me as something amazing. He said I could build websites for NNPC. I could work with global companies. I could work with banks. This was like 12 years ago. 12 years ago was 2013. No, this was 11 years ago, 2014. And he said so many things. Thank you, Mr. Peter. If you ever watch this course, or know somebody that watched this course. But he told me about web design, and I said I was interested. So I called my parents and I told my dad, "Oh, Dad, I need to sign up for web design." And the cost then was around $100 or so, which is around for something thousand. Is it for something thousand? Because I know that $100 was 250K, so it was around 200 or something, maybe $250 or so, or $200. And my parents paid for it, which was one of the biggest opportunities they gave me in this life. So if you know somebody that wants to learn web design, invite them to learn web design. And I learned how to code. So the first version of web design that I learned was how to code using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And I did that for a while up until I then found, other platforms that we're going to be discussing today. So I want you to pay attention. I want you to learn from this class. I want you to pay attention, get your pen and paper, concentrate. When this course is over, you're gonna watch all the recordings. So for those of you who bought the course, don't worry, you just keep watching, right? So it's gonna be an amazing class. It's gonna be an amazing session. We're gonna get started right away. So I had the opportunity to learn web design 11 years ago, and I'm using this to transform the lives of businesses and also people who are learning today. And I'm very grateful for all of you who signed up, who are willing to make progress, who are willing to learn new skills and empower. I promise not to disappoint you. It's going to be an amazing experience, right? So I spent some time trying to prepare my slides and everything, even though I did not finish. But I mean, you're going to be listening to me. So listen and also watch. The beginning part of our course doesn't really have, it has a lot of practicals, but listen and watch, right? Don't get distracted. Web design is interesting when you pay full attention. So it's going to be an amazing time. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so welcome to day one. Today we're going to be getting started with web design, the tools, setup, and fundamentals, right? And what you learn in this course and the end of this class, at the end of this class, every student will be able to build 14 functional websites and your own personal portfolio websites. You'll know how to design in Figma and convert those designs into live responsive websites. Participants will learn how to build a personal brand using their portfolio projects. You will also have access to 30 days to 500K program. So after this class, when we are done with 30 days program, when we are done with learning, we're going to have a 30 days program where all of us will apply for jobs, would get clients, will propose to clients, send proposals, and our job is to do 500K. Actually, it's do $1 million in a month, $1,000 in a month, right? So it's just like three website jobs or 2 website jobs. So and how to attract your first client. We're also going to know how to create profitable service packages to attract, to grow your income. You will receive a certificate at the end of this course, and you gain lifetime access to the alumni community for continued learning, resources, and opportunities. So I want you to pay attention. It's going to be an amazing time. So let's get started. So what does website design mean today? I know some of us have seen various websites that we have today, but many people do not understand these websites, right? Many of us do not understand what a website should be like. And as we go on, I'm going to explain those things to you, but I just want to take you. First thing is the user experience. And what is user experience? It's how users feel and interact with your website, right? When people come into your or open your website, what is the feeling that it gives them? What does it tell them? You can tell a poorly built website from a richly built website. You can tell the work that went into building a website in terms of user experience. Now, for those of us who don't have design background, user experience is simply how you experience products. For instance, let me give you an example of something that's very common. Refrigerator. When the refrigerator came out, it was just a box that could make things cold. And over a long period of time, am I recording? Okay. Over a long period of time, it went from being just a box. Someone suggested that we can't just have a box that is deep, right? We're just piling stuff on it for it to get cold. Can we regulate the chillness? Let's make one freezer and name one fridge. So they divided it into 2. One was too cold. One made things freeze. The other one just kept things cool. And somebody came up with it and said, okay, this experience is amazing. Can we add something else? Can we make it stand so that kids will be able to open the fridge, young people able to use the refrigerator? Experience. It's all about the experience. And then they are changing the design. So we have what we call UI UX. UX is user experience. UI is user interface, right? So we have what we call user experience. We have what we call user interface. So those things that they are changing is the interface, dividing is interface, but the experience is different. Do you understand? The experience is different. So the experience you are getting from a fridge that is deep is different from the experience you're getting from a fridge that is standing. Now, guess what? People started experiencing shocks, or let me never say shocks. People started finding it difficult to find their food in the fridge because it will pile. Somebody now said, okay, let's put little compartments and boxes in the fridge so that people can be able to put different things together. So the fridge had transition, right? It had transition, different experiences. And then somebody came and said, Look, every time we need to open the fridge in the night, we have to use a lamp. Can we put light in the fridge? Do you understand right? Can we put light in the fridge? And now you see refrigerators with light. And as brands are growing, you see refrigerator. Okay, so let's do an experience, right? You see refrigerator with TV, with counter, with regulator showing you temperature. All of those things are experiences. Do you understand? They're experiences. I'm sorry. All of those things are experiences. And by the time you get to design, for instance, now, by the time you start doing from Figma to WordPress, you understand why you cannot put a certain button somewhere because users find it difficult to buy. One of the things I want to let you know as you're building website designs that you're going to be interchanging between humans, between people's experiences and your design. So it's not just about design now. It's not just about knowing how to put boxes, containers, frames together. No, it's about knowing how am I able to convert this product that people are able to find me faster, people are able to get access to me, they're able to enjoy it, it's seamless, they have an amazing online experience. There are apps that you open today, and those apps are just rubbish. You are looking for where logout is, you can't find logout. You are looking for fund wallet, you can't find fund wallet. You are looking for withdrawal, you can't find withdrawal. You're looking for login, is in another place. Those things mess up your web page. Do you understand? If you see to enroll in this course, all you had to do was when you click on the course, it asks you to register because I don't want anybody to go without registering. So it asks you to register, and then you can now proceed to payment. So you automatically get your account. That's an experience. For the rest of this class, there's an experience. When you log onto the website, you click on Start Learning, and you're able to get access to the course. And you see the group link and all of that, or the recording. They are all experiences. So when you say what does website design today, it's all about experience. Then we have mobile responsiveness. Have you ever opened the website and you now have to be moving from left to right, or you have to switch to mobile, right? A good website must adapt beautifully to any size, from phones to desktop, ensuring accessibility everywhere. Because I should not be finding it difficult to open your website because I'm using an iPhone, or I'm using an Android, or I'm using a tab, or a laptop, or a big board, or a TV to view your website. Your website should be responsive. Responsiveness is your ability for your website to be able to take various shapes and sizes without losing its quality, without losing its content. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, guys. Let me know.
Yes.
Let me
You are
know.
following.
Yes. Please, if you stop hearing me, let me know. And let's do this throughout the class. Anytime you stop hearing me, let me know. Because I'm also afraid that my mic would go off, right? So let's go on with the class. All right, so mobile responsiveness, your website should adapt to different screen sizes. So if your website is not adapting to different screen sizes, that's the problem. So let me show you something. I want to quickly show you something. Let me log out of this my website first. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys something. The where you guys bought your course. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you can see the Google Chrome. Now, if you open this link where you guys signed up for the course, you are going to see something. Yeah? You're going to see something. Can you see this? Can you see this?
Yes.
The cohorts that boost your skills, your money, and your career. When you scroll down, everything is appearing on one page. But let's minimize it. Now, when you minimize it, did you notice something? It came together. Now, let's minimize it the more. Can you see? This one automatically comes up. This box, if you stretch it, can you see? It moves to the side. But when you put it on mobile, that's responsiveness. So we're going to be learning how to build a website that is responsive. Do we all get that? We're going to be learning how to build a website that is responsive, and you see how this fits. Now, you can see different. So you see that this one now is aligned vertically, but when I stretch it, it's now 2-2. When I stretch it, it's now 3-3. So your website must be able to follow these rules, right? In terms of responsiveness. Your website must be able to follow these rules. Next is visual storytelling. Design now goes beyond looks. It tells a brand story using colors, typography, and layout to connect emotionally with visitors, right? It's very, very important. Now, I'm going to show you a sales page that I did a couple of months ago, and I want you to compare it and tell me which one do you prefer. So I'm just going to open up my pages. I'm just going to show it to you. Can you guys see my screen now? Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes, we can.
okay, so this is my screen. I'm looking for, there's a business, I think it's this one. Now I want you to look at these two websites, yeah? This that redirects you to MDOB, Nigeria. I think, let me see if it will work. I'm looking for my website. And I want you guys to compare. Now, this is a website that I try to run. This is also one that I try to build, right? You can see it, what customers will gain, and all of this. This is also like a sales page here. Now, I want you to tell me between this one and where's my SWC? Between this elevator, this one that's just plain orange and this one, which one do you can just vote as a comment. And if you're watching this, you can also vote as a student and drop it in the group chat that between A and B, you picked one. So between this one, and this one, which one communicates that this person knows exactly what they're doing? Which one communicates that they know exactly what you're doing? This is A, this is B. Which one communicates that they know exactly what they're doing? I like to see it in the chat box.
Go through the A again, please. We've
This is,
seen the B well, but let's go through the A.
this is A.
The first time you said the other one was A.
This is A.
You said this was A. Okay, okay.
Yeah. This is B, right? If they were going to take your money, if you were going to pay, which one would you prefer? Which one would minister to you to be able to pay? B. Okay, so okay, so those of you who chose A, let me know in the comment section why you chose A. Yeah, but yeah, this is it. So I would choose B, right? Because B has storytelling. And here's what I mean by visual storytelling. Give me 1 minute. Okay. So design now goes beyond looks. It tells a brand story using colors, typography, and layout to connect emotionally with visitors. Now, when you look at these websites now, the use of orange, yellow, it gives off a carefree notion that, okay, this was done by an expert. When you come here, you can see the shades of the colors that I use. You're like, oh, they put in so much work into. I promise you, this thing took me like an hour to do without even thinking too much about it. But it looks as if I spent days on it, right? And when I'm telling a story, I start by saying, I didn't start by saying, come and buy my website design course. No, I said the cohort that boosts your skills, your money, and your career. I'm hitting you with the nail on the head, and I tell you what it is you're going to learn. I put a price. I show you what we have done, past projects. You don't need to know how to code. And then I say who is for. That's a hierarchy. That's a step-by-step process as to how these things are supposed to run. There's a step-by-step process. It's not just random, right? You're not just putting 2 and 2 together. And sometimes people put 2 and 2 together without delivering an amazing job when it comes to building websites. So your website should tell an amazing story. It should lead people from step to step. Always very important. Next is speed and performance. Today's web design prioritizes fast loading, optimized images, and clean code for better user engagement and SEO ranking. SEO is search engine optimization. It's optimizing your website so that web pages can actually Google searches, all of those things can find you. When people look for you online, you're their first option. When they search, you're their first option, right? So next is conversion-driven design. Every element, button, form, layout is strategically designed to guide visitors towards taking action, buying, signing up. If you look at this particular web page of mine that I just showed you, you see that the buy now button is in many places. One, let me see. It's here. 1, 2, it's here. 3, 4, and let me see, 5. So it's in 5 places. And these particular buttons, they are there to tell you that, okay, if you don't want to sign up yet, read through. As if you are satisfied with these projects and everything you learn, pay. If you are satisfied with who is teaching you, pay. Do you understand? Right? And we put it here again so that we can remind people that, oh, you have not paid, you don't just leave your website, but tell a story. Tell a story with your brand. Don't just do things haphazardly, anyhow. Every element, button, form, layout is strategically designed to guide customers into taking action, whether it's buying, signing up, or contacting. All right, so let's look at a few websites, some good websites, poorly built websites, right? And I'm also going to be sharing links for you. So you need to save those links as you go on. But let's look at some websites where some websites that were poorly built, right? So we're going to start with the poorly built website. Now, this is a cake website, right? So let's visit it. Let's visit this website. Now, based on what we said in terms of hierarchy, in terms of what we are looking for in design, you will see that there are a lot of things that are wrong in terms of user experience, mobile responsiveness, visual storytelling, speed, and all of that. So let's say for speed, let's say the website actually passed for speed because it opened up as fast as possible, right? But then, why do you have how many colors now? Let's note how many colors. This color is different from this color. It's different from this brand color. It's also different from this color, right? It's different from this color. Like you have close to how many this thing now? You have close to 4 different shades of pink on this website, right? Next, you have home. You have the navigation here. Now, who puts navigation here? Why? Why would somebody put navigation weirdly here? I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Let's see if we can go to the home. So this is the home, and the website is just weird. I don't even know how to feel about it. When you click, it comes out. Let's see the about, and this is the about. It's about, well, it's a nice set, but it's not properly built. You know, I don't understand if this is supposed to be logo. I don't understand if this is supposed to be logo, right? I'm seeing less chats. This is not supposed to be here. What happens when you click it? Okay, a chat box comes up, but it's very weird that it's here. It's supposed to be somewhere down. Chat boxes are usually down. But just look at this website. Now, if I'm somebody who has issues with colors, this is bad experience because I can even barely see this online and get in touch. And this is supposed to be a bold text or a bold call to action where it says get in touch. I'm supposed to be able to see it more than anything, but it's in pink. So I'm sure in the person's mind, the person thought that, okay, the person thought that, okay, if I put get in touch, they will try and look what is there. But it's a mess, right? About contacts, corporate events, cupcakes, occasion. Let's see corporate events. Okay, I don't even know. Some of our clients, okay, they actually have good clients, but poor website delivery, right? This is a little bit messed up. Feels more like an article. Someone said it feels like an article. Thank you very much. You guys can drop your comment. So tell me what do you see about this website that's so wrong? For me, that's a color problem. It has a font size problem, image placement problem. It has the navigation menu problem. It has, I don't know why we are seeing dates here, and the logo is supposed to be one, but she put the logo and it's multiplying into six. So it's almost like I don't really care how this thing comes out. I just have my website, right? So I mean, I'm clicking different parts of the website to see what's changing, but nothing. I don't. This one is even so confusing because when we look at this now, we make a living giving back, and then you have articles, right? And then you have articles here. I have even if it's a note, if you write on a notepad like me, like this for me, we'll have problems, right? Now let's see. Okay, cupcakes. Let's assume that this is a shop, right? This is actually a shop, but this is poorly built, man. This is poorly built. Always available. One dozen, one click ish. Let's try and add to cart and see what it looks like. So I'm adding to cart. I don't like the way this thing looks like. There's no, see, spacing issues. Spacing issues is pinkish. There's no proper brand identity done for this particular brand, right? So that's one brand. So let me get you something. The pink text are blurry. Thank you very much for those of you who are commenting and participating in the class. Now, let's look at another poorly built website. This is linkscar.com. This is supposed to be a car vending shop. It's supposed to be a car vending shop, so I'm just going to click on it. Like I say car vending, yeah, car vending, car selling shop where you come and check your cars right now. Now, this logo, Links Car, no nonsense car leasing. The navigation is not that bad, but the colors are overlapping. This is a deep blue, and here it has, I want a van. If they are going to make, because this is the color they're supposed to maintain here, because I've seen this color here. See, the navigation shows this, it shows this here, but it's different here. Why is it different? It's lighter here, right? Look at the way they put price. So I don't understand what personal price is. 8,000 miles a year, 12 months. Okay, so these are features of the car. Now look at how many colors. How many colors can you count? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 6, 7. Okay, no, 6 colors plus the logo 7. Yellow is here. I mean, look at this on this background. The animations, links electric cars. And we could have as well gotten a car to just do the job, yeah? And browse by brand. This is actually a nice feature, but then the other parts of the website has already make it look weird. Then the background image, I don't understand this vintage stuff at the background image, right? It's quite confusing. It's quite confusing. So it's very, very important that you find out. It's very important that you look at the color, right? If you scroll down, you see, when you are reading text on top of this on top of this type of background, it's difficult because you might not even be able to read it very well because it's on a background that is very visible. In as much as they added a dark overlay, it's still difficult for you to be able to read it. So it's very important that you are able to use better background colors. You see that when I'm talking about websites, and I'll show you some websites to get inspiration from. Some might take you longer time to build because it has a lot of coding integrated into it, while some are easy, right? And you can build pages. Now, let's go back to example 3. In example 3, we have Yale. This is supposed to be Yale University's art gallery or so, but I don't even I don't even know what this is. I don't even know. I don't know what that is, right? I don't know what this is. I don't know what I'm supposed to make of this, right? Because you have navigation here. It's like the person just learned HTML, added background, and it's like, you know what? We're just going to play with colors, right? We're just going to play with colors. There's so many colors. Let me see how many colors. This is even wrong. This Yale School of Art, but they can say it's an artwork now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 orange. Then all this color on the background. It's a complete mess, right? Somebody said the contract levels are inconsistent across pages. Some sections feel dull while others are overly saturated. Right? Look at this. How am I supposed to? I don't even understand what this is. Right? I don't understand what this is. Hold on. Let's close my webpage. Sorry. Yeah. I don't understand what this is. So if I click on this, you see, there are animations, play animations. So if you click on play animations, what then happens? I don't even know what happens. Look at it, it has other pages. I don't know what this is, but it's a complete mess. And we can see a lot of things that did not align well and properly in this particular video, in this particular, what do you call it, website. Let's look at one more bad website before we move on to something else. So we have Penny Juice. This is supposed to be, I think it's a juice company. So now this one is actually 100% blended. So when I saw Penny Juice, it makes sense. At first, there was something about donation or fintech or something. And it says 100% blended fruit juice concentrate specifically designed for children's centers. Now, this is the fruit juice, right? Rainbows of exciting flavors. Don't even know. This is a picture. So this is a picture. Now, let me show you something about. So there's what we call inspect. You can inspect a website. To inspect a website is to check the different parts of the website. I'm going ahead of myself now, but if you inspect, you can see what it will look like if you change the color and all of that. You can even download it. I'll show you guys how to download to Figma and all of that for the website. So yeah, this is it. Let me see. Where is hold on. Coming. So you can see different parts of this website. So sometimes if you are trying to get a feature, I'll teach you guys later on. If you're trying to get a button description or code, you can do that in Figma with dev mode, but it's also paid, but there's a way you can get it. So this every single thing you see in a website, we are learning no code, but everything you see in a website is actually is a form of code, right? The only difference with what we are learning now is that we are using a platform that makes this code already go live without writing the code ourselves, right? You can write code normally. I write code from time to time. I use some coding platforms. So I'm just going to pull this up. So this is sometimes I write code. This file has moved. I'm coming. Let me see. I want to open a folder. Let me see. You can create new files like, okay, so if you are coding and you write your codes in HTML and different, I will explain this. Let me not go ahead of myself so I don't confuse you guys. Okay, so if you look at this site, you can inspect it and see the color. If you hover on this color, it is green. I don't know what color. This is lemon. So 1, 2, there's this color 3, there's this color 4, There's this shade of red, 5. If you scroll down, there's yellow, there's rainbow colors. That's almost 7 colors. There's this type of green, 8 colors. There's white, 9 colors. There's this blue, 10. And of course, this is a complete mess, right? So in one site alone, we have 10 colors. Now, this is how people usually build websites and say, I'm a website designer. No, we're not going to build this kind of thing, right? It's a complete mess. Because how do you come to this kind of website and you are interested in buying? I don't think anybody will be able to buy anything from this kind of website. But if I click on learn more, what happens? Let's even see the user experience. If I click on learn more, it takes me to premium quality, get in touch, and I'm seeing pictures. I used to do this kind of websites when I used to code, and I didn't understand a lot of things about websites. Just put content and go away. I didn't understand things about padding or margin, all of those things. But this is not a good website, right? So let's go over to finding good websites. Now, you have to train your eye. Now look at this website. It's very simple. Their UX is simple. You already know what they do, right? Now when you open the website, it's a cocktail website. It said, "Are you?" So now they have an experience. You either accept or decline cookies for them to be able to collect data from your computer also. A video is playing in the background. It says, "Are you over the legal drinking age in your country?" Now, what this does is this is user experience. What this does is know whether to let you into the website or not. This is a user experience to verify whether people of underage, people underage will not be able to use their website. But people who are over the age can use their website. Even though people will always click yes, this is a good experience. Now I click on yes, and the website opens. It shows me who am I. So 3 things. They're not looking for much. Who am I? Their botanical garden and your cocktails. But let's check out the menu section. So it's in, I don't know what language this is. I think this is in French. I think this is French. Am I able to translate this? I'm not able to translate this, but I think this is in French. Now, if you come down, if you click who am I, let's see, let's navigate. It tells you who you are. It tells see, can you see the animations on this website? As you hover, it gives a feeling that oh, these guys are like superb, right? And you see your stick represents your passion. This they tell the story and they see different brands. It's made with behold. Um Come on, let me show you guys something. So if you scroll down, say a barman to allow me to introduce myself. I'm Le Bachelor, your imaginary home barman, right? It tells the story about himself and it shows you his cocktails. This is his margarita cocktails. This is Negroni cocktails. This is espresso cocktails. So tell me in the comment section. This is oh my god, this is the Pulsar Martini cocktails. This is Mai Tai, right? This is Manhattan. So tell me in the comment section if you were a guy who was interested in drink, would you love this website? So let's compare this one to this fruit juice. Who are you trusting? Fruit juice A, B for barman. Fruit juice A, B for barman. Who are you choosing? Right? If you're taking this course, yeah, you can put in comments actually. If you're watching this later, you can put in comments so that you're able to follow with the class. Are you choosing the fruit juice or the barman? Which website gives more class? Fruit juice or barman? Easy, why do you choose fruit juice? A video is playing and all of that, right? Now let's look at another good website. Exactly. The second is Karma makes me trust his expertise. That's what we're talking about. Now this is called extenders, right? So what do they do? Let's see what extenders does. I hope you're enjoying the class as you're watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying the class. You're watching this in how many years? In how many months' time? In January, February, March. I hope you're enjoying the class. All right, so this one also comes with a cookie, and then you just save your preference, right? Now, if you put it at actual, oh my God, hold on. Guys, please hold on. The screen is going to go off, but hold on. Okay. Okay. Sorry for the break in transmission. Can we see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry for the break in transmission. All right. So can you see this website? It's automate your service station and car wash with innovative software. So they're trying to sell softwares to gas station, right? And there's a background animation of a gas station, right? And then you are scrolling, it says unlock your potential, right? It tells you there's a story. It tells you everything for your service station, tells you what they're offering you, tells you what they've been able to do, tells you where they are and what they are currently doing for each and every one of these clients. Then you are discovering their products, and then you can stay free from vendor locking, and you can see their blogs, latest news, and they say request a demo today, and that's the end, right? Now, compare this website to Linkscar. Compare this to this. If you wanted to, if let's assume these guys were selling cars, with this website, who are you trusting to spend your money with? Who are you spending your money with? Are you spending with Linkscar or you're spending with extenders? I'm going to spend mine with extenders. I love the hover navigation and I love the mega menu, the drop downs, the way the drop downs have pictures in them. You know, as we go on, we are going to be building templates too as we go on. But this is quite amazing. This is a mega menu. This is quite amazing. All right, so let's look at one more. Let's look at one more. This is fable.co.uk. Fable.co.uk. London-based strategic branding identity and web design agency. Now, when you come to this website, if they tell you they do web design, you believe them. Why? When you can see the micro animations here, you can see that they know their craft. And then they show you a video of their works. They show you a video of the things they've been able to build over a long period of time, right? And while you are looking at the videos, you are immersed in the videos and you keep scrolling, they show you their area of focus. They are working to intersect strategy, creativity, and they develop high growth corporate brands that not only lead today, but inspire the possibilities of tomorrow. You can even hear the words that they are using, very motivating. And then they show you their works. And you can open any of these works and see this work, right? You can scroll. It's like it's not just going down. As you're scrolling, it starts to go up, right? Look at this. We'll learn how to do this with GSAP later. So you can see expertise. When you hover on this, you see what happens here, right? And then you scroll. Now, I love this. When you're scrolling down, see strategy, branding, design, website, marketing. Everything is coming up. There are micro animations for this, and sometimes it takes more work with code to be able to actualize these things. But the first idea comes out, with your design. Now you look at this, they are showing you what it is to work in their studio, right? The people they work with now. Featured branding and website projects. These are their projects that they've worked on. Look at. I mean, this is just a law firm branding and website, renewable energy website, prestigious design school brand refresh, rebrand of website. They're not really doing something huge, but the way they are presenting it is already saying to you that they know exactly what they are doing. Now, their clients, partnering with progressive businesses, look at this. It's dropping down and coming up as you move on. And then these are testimonials. These are testimonials that you can check out. You see the CEOs, the people in these testimonials, right? And then finally their footer. You can see their office, their studio. It's an immersive website, right? You'll get to see everything they are all about. And then if you want to see their works, you can now see their works individually. What do you think about this website? You can drop that in the when you're answering on the platform, if you're watching on the course, if you're watching on the website, you can just drop comments or drop whatever it is you think as an answer to my question. So guys, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? This is beautiful. When I come here, if they say they are going to charge $10,000 per project, it's worth it. It's worth it. If you compare them to this person who is selling cake and this website that has crazy, or even this one, you know that even if these people are selling anything, I'm not buying. It's because the website looks well compared to this. Now let's look at one more. Looks premium. Yeah. It's well built. Okay. All right. So let's look at one more, the last one. And this is a very basic website, but it does the job. So I'll also show you one website that I built for someone. Projector. So this is a technology-enabled care for independent living. Home is where you're safe, right? And they go ahead empowering independent living wherever life is lived. No matter your care needs, we're proud to offer a home care technology. So they are selling a device, right? Improve care at scale, professional use, personal use. They're telling you what it does, you know, smarter care, better outcomes. You know, you can read these reports, right? You can check out their news and insights, and you see their other products and their promises to you and our values, why you should choose them. So you can so they're giving you as an option, you can either choose to speak to your care tech experts, or if you have questions, you can see their FAQs, and that's the end. So you see that when the difference between poorly built websites and good website is that there's a system, there's a process. You don't just throw things up and down. You don't just put things up and down. There's a process. If you're going with your hero section, you come down to your about section. From your about section, you come down to why choose us or who we are. From who we are to services, from services to testimonials, from testimonials to your clients, for clients to onboard, to email, newsletters, and then finally your footer. There's a process. You don't just throw things haphazardly. This is simple, minimalistic. Everything has space to breathe. It's not choked up like these our guys here. Everything's in one corner. Do you understand? Now, I'm also going to be sharing with you guys a couple of things, yeah? Hold on. I'm going to be sharing with you guys a couple of things. So let's go back to Figma. So what is a website? Let me explain this thing very well to us as we go on. So pay attention. A website is a collection of web pages, right? You may already know this, but a website is a group of connected web pages that are hosted on a web server. So when I'm explaining domain and hosting, you'll understand why I'm saying this better. It's a collection of web pages. So anytime you visit google.com and it says, it opens up a page for you to view something, that is a website. It loads and it shows them that's a website. Each web page is written in HTML. HTML is the language, is the code that is used to write websites, bring them to life, right? So, for example, what you can see on your screen today, like this black background, it will be called body. I want to see if I can still actualize it. Let me see. I can use AI here. I can still use AI now. I'm coming. I don't have cursor. Yeah, open chat. All right. So inside this, create. So part of the things I'm going to be teaching you guys in this class is how to use AI to actually do a lot of things. For those of us who used to code before, sometimes if we don't want to go through the stress of coding from scratch, we'll just use AI. So I will say, create me a page, HTML, where I can have, probably my recording post. It didn't pause now. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. So I just want to make sure, because if the recording did not, if it's not recorded, it's going to be bad. Okay, it's recording. I can see that. All right. So I'm just going to say create a page in HTML where I can have background black, add a gallery and a navigation header. Okay, so it's going to just create the code for me. Let's just hold on for it. If you can see my screen, I use VS Code connected to sometimes Cloud Code and sometimes Cursor to be able to do what I want to do. Or I can just use Cursor. I can just use Cursor and you see it, or use Claude. I know why it's slow, but okay. So let me see. Create workspace. So I use GitHub Copilot. But let me open this particular page. Now, this is HTML, right? This is the code that I wrote in HTML. This is how yes, this is how so it has created the black something for me. So if you look at this is the code. This is what I asked you to create for me. Every website is written like this. Every website is written like this. I'm coming. So let me see if I can preview, open preview. Can you see? So I said you should make it black. I'm waiting for my gallery. It's loading slowly. Okay, so I was explaining that every website loads like every website is written like this. If you used to code before, there's HTML, there's CSS. CSS means cascading style sheets, right? So every language is written in HTML. HTML is the language that converts your code, you write in, and then your website comes to life. So this is this is HTML, and this is the output of everything that is written there, right? Well, let me close this so that we'll be able to. I'm coming. Okay, so let me close this. So now each web page is written in HTML and can include text, images, videos, links, and interactive elements. Every website has a domain name like google.com or sherlock.com that points users to its location on the internet. You can think of a website like a digital building. Each page is a room and the domain name is the address. Do we all understand that? Each website is like a room, but your domain name is the address to that room. Your host is where all the information about that website is hosted, right? So you have all your details on a host. You need a domain name to point to that host to grab all those details and then show you as a web page. So when you say google.com, what happens is the google.com link tries to connect to Google server and then pull out the text, images, everything, and then shows you as a web page. So a website is a collection of web pages. All right. There's what we call front end and back end. Front end is everything users can see and interact with, which is directly in their browser. It can include your layouts and structure, your HTML, your design and visual, CSS, and the interactivity, which is JavaScript. Now, these are the languages that you use to build different parts. You use HTML to tell your website that, okay, this is the body of a website. This is the heading text. This is a body text. This is a bold text. This is a list. It is HTML you use to do that. And then you use visuals, you use CSS to say, okay, now that we have a body, change the entire body of this website to black. Change the entire body of this website to green. Do you understand? Then we have interactivity. When I click or when I hover, turn to red. When I click, if I hover my mouse, let it turn around. Do you understand? So it's buttons, menus, text, color, animations, and forms all make up the front end. That's what makes up the front end. And then, of course, the back end, this is what happens behind the scenes. The logic data, the storage, data storage, the logic, and processes that make the website functional. So things like the server, the database. When you log into your when you guys logged into your SMO account to take this course, your password is stored at the back end, right? So Ferdinand, you complained about not being able to log in. All I did was I went to the back end, I saw where you paid, and I canceled it. It was your first payment, and I canceled it, and I had to reactivate it and approve because the website was reading that you registered 3 times, but it was only going to pick one. So I deactivated 2 and then allowed 1, and that's how you got access to the course, right? So we have programming languages like PHP, Python, Node.js. That's everything back end, right? So features of a complete website is number one, content design and functionality. The content is the information people come for, the text, the images, the videos, and how that information is presented visually, the layout, the typography, the colors. That's the design. Then the functionality, how users interact with it, from buttons to forms, navigations, animations. When all of these three work together, the website feels professional and engaging. Are we all getting something? Are we all getting something? So if one of these things is missing, the website will fail, right? So if you have a beautiful design and there's no content, it's just an empty shell. If you have great content and poor design, nobody stays to read what you have. If you have a fancy design and broken functionality, you're just going to frustrate the people who are coming to use your website. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? So it's very, very important that it's very important that you don't make these mistakes, right? So I'm just going to stop here in terms of my slides, and I'm going to show you something else. All right, so we're talking about good websites. Before we go on, I want to show you where you can go and get websites. You, as a designer, you must be able to train your eyes to be able to recognize beautiful websites. And there are platforms where, number one, you can look for your designs first. You can look for ideas, compare ideas. And there are websites where you can actually see those, work live, already done, and find out how they did it, right? These are things that I do that I'm sharing with you. So first of all, you can go to Dribble. If you are going to be designing on Figma, it's a good place to go and look for design ideas, right? Another place, so let's close all these links. Let's close all these links. Another place to look for website design is Behance. Another place to look for website design is Pinterest. Another place is we have curated.design. Another place is Goodly. Godly.websites. There are so many other places, but these are my okay. There's awards. There's awards, right? You go and look at websites. So we're just going to go over a few before I continue for today, right? So this is awards. I did a tutorial where I showed how to build this particular navigation bar. This is so beautiful, right? This particular navigation bar. But let's start with Dribble. When you get to Dribble, Dribble has many things from branding, logo, many things from apps, all of that. So somebody should give us a website we should look for, a type of website we should look for. Fastest fingers. Give us a website we should look for.
Real estate.
Okay, so let's look for real estate website.
Is it fastest finger?
This real estate website, right? Let's look at this. This is so beautiful. Let's look at this. You can build this in Elementor. You can build this in WordPress. This is beautiful. So beautiful. Can you see? Clean work, man. Let's open it. Can you see? This is clean work. The choice of imagery, the navigation, the tabs. You can see all the houses. You can see the journey. You know, this is real estate website. Come here, come and look for many ideas that you can add to your own. Because let me tell you something about design. People are always looking for originality. But I don't know if you've read this book called Still Like an Artist. It's a combination of many ideas that eventually become original, right? Combination of many ideas that become original, right? You can actually build something like this. It will just take a lot of code for you to be able to combine it together with WordPress, which will also be seen. And this is a simple website. Yeah, this is a simple website that anyone can build. So hope you guys are taking notes of these things that I'm showing you, right? Take note of these things that I'm showing you so that you'll be able to take advantage of things like this. All right. So this is for Dribble. And let's go to Behance. Let's see what you guys suggested. And did you guys delete your comment? Let me sign in. I can't remember my password. This is Behance. All right, so real estate websites. You can also showcase your work here. And you see different ideas. You collect ideas. Can you see? Collect ideas, many ideas. There's a huge, if you see websites like this, you know that if you are come to buy a house here, you're not buying a house 1 naira. Because you're able to see many ideas. Look at this website. I don't even know how to feel like this interior decor. Oh, this interior decor is an amazing. Look at this website. Like it's just clean. It's just clean. I wonder what the mobile would look like. It's just look at this. Let's look at it together. It's just clean. The choice of imagery is just beautiful. And then you can go to About Us, right? So go to Pinterest. I'll show you some that I designed myself. It's been a while. Yeah. This particular website has been built. I built this for most of the works I did it for while I was working as a UI UX designer as far back as 2021. So this is an art for an artist. And this is, you can build this in your sleep. I did this for Salem, but he never used it anyway. I did this for Salem King, but he never used it. I did this I built this, but I think they've taken it down because it's been over 4 years. This website, when I'm teaching you how to pitch to clients, when I send this to this particular client, we exchange services. So I built their website for them, and she registered my business for me, right? So sometimes most of you are not able to get what you want because you don't have skills. My first company was registered because I exchanged my website service in exchange for company registration, right? All right, so that's that for Behance. And then there's Pinterest. If you go to Pinterest and you say, let's say NGO website, NGO website design, you see different inspiration. Can you see? Different inspiration. Different inspiration. Look at this one. Different inspiration. At this. It's a website. You see different ideas. You see images too, right? They curated the website. This one now is for high-level websites. When we're talking high-level websites, by the time you guys get to the end of this course, you should know how to combine code to get a website. And you should also know how to also research and know what code a particular website is using so that you can implement it for yourself. Right? So look at this, our website. This is Jorts. I don't know what they do, but let me see. Let's pick 3 websites that make sense. I don't even know what this is. Every great presentation site become equal. This is beautiful. Let me see. So look at this website now. Become the obvious choice. Sharpen your positioning. Book an intro call. Explore our work. First impressions. Like, look at this website. This website is screaming, oh my God. This website is screaming, I know exactly what I'm doing. Can you see this? Although websites like this are built purely with code, not WordPress. If you want to do this in WordPress, you still have to use a lot of code, right? So, but I'll be teaching you guys more and more. And even after the class, we'll be doing practicals to build amazing projects. So this is beautiful. I love this. Can you see the way the navigation is? Can you see the way it is? So even we'll build different headers, different footers. Every great presentation starts with Chronicle, and then there's a video. There's a video you can watch and stuff. And you can see this, This is also a video. It's a video. All of that. You can see a picture. You can see the way everything is transitioning and all of that. You can design this and then turn it into a design in WordPress. All right. Then there's Godly.website. website. Godly is usually for high definition websites. I built a lot of websites. I built about 2 projects this year just from taking inspiration from this guy. Just from taking inspiration from them. Because you learn how to do JavaScript and some animations up, down, when you click and all of that. All right. Then there's awards. Let's see. Awards. Let's search for awards.com. Explore. Let's see. UI, e-commerce layout, photography website. Let's see. So if you're building portfolio website for your photography or graphic design, this is a good place to start. This is a good place to start. Look at different websites. So you train your eyes to look at things that are beautiful, things that are functional. Train your eyes. They're not so difficult to build, but you must train your eyes. You must train your eyes. Train your eyes to see beautiful designs so that you start creating premium stuff for clients. And this particular website now, if you look at this website, there's nothing deep about this website, but the presentation is beautiful. I like this. I like this website. Let me open this. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. You scroll, you now see their products. See their products. It opens as you scroll. This is done with GSA. I will explain later. And look at this. This is beautiful. Text, image, text, review, text. Train your eyes. Train your eyes with the right set of information. Train your eyes. Very, very, very important. Okay, so I'm just going to take time to explain some things for us here, right? So websites exist for communication, branding, sales, storytelling. It's not just to showcase work. Some people want to build brand. If you go to, there's this brand Salem King launched, Adora Lumina launched with Salem King. It's called Creator. I think so. Yeah, this is it. Now, this website alone already tells you everything you need to know about this podcast. that is going to be, okay, hold on. It's going to be, let me add my name. It's going to be an amazing experience for you. So if I add my name, of course, I'll be getting their newsletters. I'm coming. Let me go to Instagram. They have a page for their circle. If you want to enroll in their circle, I just pray that it's online, still online. Yeah, this is it. Join Creatorium Circle. Right? If you open this web page, the circle you didn't know you need. And then I love the navigation, the clean, everything is clean about this website. Everything is clean. So your website is good for communication, branding. There's everything they're telling you here is clean. You can understand this without, too much talk or too much movement or too much details, and the fees are there and you can easily pay. Clean stuff. The branding, the colors, black and yellow, 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 black and yellow. They're not doing extra. Do you guys understand? So websites can be used for communication, branding, sales, and storytelling, right? And it influences businesses, influencers, institutions, even schools use websites, e-learning websites, e-commerce websites. There's so much that people do. It has real world impact, right? There are various ways you can create income streams as a website designer. Number one is client projects. You can work on projects. You can work on projects. You can become a freelancer. You can work with freelancing agencies. You can build templates, and you can also stay as a what do you call it now, consultant for companies. So if I build a website for you sometimes, if I build a website for businesses these days, I put them on a maintenance plan. So they have to pay me a certain amount of money to manage their websites. So you guys, give me a break. So I charge them a certain amount of money for them to be able to continue using their website, or for me to be able to manage their website in terms of security and quite a number of stuffs that I do for some of these businesses. I don't know if we're all getting. So it's very, very important that you understand that there are many opportunities, many opportunities. You can build templates. I know a guy that I follow who builds templates on for Elementor and animations, all these animations. He will do the code and everything, turn it into a template, and you sell for $5, and you will see 5,000 sales. That's $25,000. So let me show you what templates are that you can use. Let's go to elements.envato.com. This is one place where you can get many resources as long as you are a designer. So I'm just going to switch to WordPress, and I'm just going to say, what templates now? Let's say real estate. I need to open real estate templates for me, yeah. And all I need to do is just upload and edit the text, and it's mine. So if I download it, this is a real estate website. Hold on. This is a real estate website. All I have to do is add it, and it's now mine. I'll just change all these things to my own. So sometimes you don't even need to build from scratch. You can just use templates, or you can be the one building templates like this that people can copy and upload. Do you understand? And they pay serious money for it. Now, if you want to use this platform, it costs $16 per month. And that's if you are paying for a year. But if you're not paying for a year, it's $33 per month, which is around 50 something thousand. So to even use this platform, you're making money. If you go to themeforest.net, you see many opportunities. See many WordPress theme. So let's say we're looking for, let's say real estate. You see how much they sell. They sell themes, templates, and all of that you can build. See, $79, $79, $59, $79. So there's opportunity. You can build your own stuff from scratch. You can build your own stuff, right? Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Right? You can build your own stuff. So when we're talking about building a website, don't just look at it that, oh, I'm only going to be getting gigs. No, you can actually build templates and sell to people who need it. To platforms like this, they have a platform where you can sign up and sell your products with it, and people will buy. Look at this person, for instance, now. $79. How many sales has he gotten? He has gotten 31,000 sales. Guys, I want to do this math so that I know whether I'm going to be a billionaire this year. You can also do the math if you're watching with me. 79 times 31,000. Sorry. 31,000 is $2.4 million. Right? Yeah, do it times 1.5. So this person from this team alone has made 3 billion naira. So what's stopping you from making that amount of money? So you need to think beyond, oh, I'm just going to be building websites for people. You can create themes, you can create templates, from different functionalities. You can learn all these things and sell. If you're selling your templates for $10 or $5 and 1,000 people buy it every month, you're going to be making a lot of money, and people need these templates. You can even be designing on Figma and be selling to people who want to convert them into code, right? All right, guys. Growing global demand for websites, right? And we're using WordPress because WordPress is, WordPress, 40% of all the websites built in the world are built on WordPress. And I'm talking over 800 million websites. They are built on WordPress, right? We have other platforms like Webflow. So let's look at it. We have other platforms like Webflow. This is Webflow. You can also host your websites here, like WordPress. There's Framer. There's is it VO or something? Come in. You can build your website there. I'm looking for the name. What's in the name of? So this is Framer. You can build your sites here. But you can also build sites here, but we're going to be using WordPress, right? We're going to be using WordPress. And why we're using WordPress, it's on high demand, right? Global demand. And it's easy for users. It's easy for your clients to be able to navigate WordPress than it is for, just a random person, right? A client will find it difficult to use Framer because there are so many things. But on WordPress, the clients can even go there and upload their products by themselves. It's cheaper to use WordPress to build. It's cheaper. So if you're spending, the pricing for this is around, let's look at Framer. It's around $25. Okay, so it's $30 per month if you're paying annually. And it's $45 per month if you want serious stuff. $45 per month. $45 per month times 12 months. $45 per month times 12 months will give you $540, which in Nigerian currency is around 810K. Just one website. So even if a client hires you to build this website, you have to be building them like 1 million, 1.5. And sometimes the market, people are not building websites just because they want to drive results. Now, but if you're using WordPress, almost everything is even free. Almost everything is free, right? You can even build offline, which I'm going to show you guys how to do this night or tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. But you can build offline and bring it online when you can afford a domain and a host. I already explained what a domain is. It's your link, www.google.com, www.femi.com is your domain connected to your host. We have different hosting companies that we use. But the point is, WordPress is cheap. It's easy to use, and there are lots and lots of resources that you can integrate with WordPress. Literally, many platforms are built with WordPress, have different things you can integrate with WordPress. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. That's what we're going to be checking out right now. We're going to try to install WordPress. Now, there are two ways you can install WordPress. Number one is having a host. Now, your host is like your server where all your website details go to. It's stored in online. So we have your host is things like Namecheap.com. So we have platforms like Namecheap. We have platforms like Hostinger, all of those things, right? We're going to talk about them in depth tomorrow, how to purchase and all of that. But these are the things that I want you to know. You can buy domain here, you can buy hosting. There's Hostinger, but I use Namecheap because they have the best customer service ever. So I use these guys. But by the time you sign up, they're going to give you something called a control panel. That's where all you see inside the control panel, you find a manager. That's where all your files are going to be hosted. So when you click www.femi.com, your website link pulls data from that place and shows you what they have built. You guys understand, right? So let's move on. We're using WordPress because it can integrate with so many things. You can also code. As a web designer, you can choose the way you want to build your website. Either you want to code it, you can also code with AI. Either you want to build it on WordPress. So all these platforms like WordPress, Webflow, Framer, Wix, Squarespace, they are called content management system, meaning that they've already been built, the backend and all have already been built. You are just adding content and making it beautiful, right? And of course, you can use no-code tools like Elementor, Bubble, WeWeb to be able to build websites, right? Now, there's a difference between websites and web app. What's the difference between websites and web app? Facebook is a web app. You can do so many things on it. You can send message, you can talk to somebody, you can run ads. There's so much there. If you go to Namecheap is a web app. There's so much you can do here. But then a website mostly carries information. The moment a website starts to do repeated tags, functionalities, like for example, you can transfer money on that platform, you can add users, you can create authentication, all of that, you now have a web app. Do you understand? But a website is usually where people come to showcase their work and all of that. My platform is a semi-web app because you can log in as a student and watch your course. People have accounts and all of that. You can connect it to different platforms. Like you see, we connected it to Zoom. We use plugins to connect it to Zoom. So it's a semi-web app. It's a website and a web app integrated together. Now, but a website is just, you go there, you get the details, and you see what they are selling. You get information like blogs and like news channels. You're not really doing so much. You're just maybe typing comments. You are seeing stuff. But once you start to do activities, it becomes a web app. I hope we're getting it, right? With WordPress, you can scale. It's flexible. It's customizable. I mean, there's so much you can do, and I'm going to be showing you guys as we go on in the course. So just pay attention, right? So most WordPress sites are used for blogs, e-commerce, e-learning platforms, portfolios, NGO websites, which we're also going to be building. And we're going to be talking about themes, plugins, and customization, and its customization power. So for example, a theme and a template are two different things. A template is when you have a website, a template doesn't take over the entire website. You can build individual pages. So for example, if you go to therealsmo.com, yeah, and you go to therealsmo.com/become an affiliate. I'm using templates. Look at this. All these things, I changed their colors, I added them. This is a template I'm using, right? But I can also change templates. I can edit templates. But then your theme is what makes the website, the features of the website, right? So things like You can have e-learning platforms on it. You can, you can add a store to your website. Some themes are for photography. They come differently. They take over the entire website. You cannot really edit so much. It's what you give, what you have there. You can just change things like text and images, but you cannot really change the feel of the website. These are themes. Let me show you what themes are. For example, we go to Elementor. This is a theme. And when we open this theme, you can see that when we are editing it, we can change all these text and images, but we cannot really change all these animations. We cannot really change all these animations. We just have to do it according to the way it is. But if you are picking a template, I'm just going to go to templates. If you're going to templates, it's just like a one-pager, different sections of your website, like a one-pager. So I'm just going to show you guys. Hold on. We'll soon be done. We're supposed to finish an hour, 40 minutes ago, but I had to extend it. This class might end up being more than 30 days because it's not even enough. This is just day one, and it's a whole lot, right? I'm just going to take my time. I'm just going to show you guys the difference between, I don't know why this template is not opening. I'm just going to take my time to show you. So this is a template. It's not loading. Yeah, this is a template. So let's preview it. I can change this entire feel of this website, right? I can move things around. This is a website template. This is a template. I can move things around. I can build mine. I can change many things in this place. But if it's a theme, there's not so much I can change. It takes the entire feel of the website, right? So while we are building, I'm going to show you guys the difference between themes and templates. This class is going to have to be extended. I'm going to show you guys the difference between themes and templates. So I think we're going to stop here. I hope you're able to you can differentiate a good website from a bad website right now. And in our next class, we're going to be talking quite a lot. We're going to be faster, and we're going to start having practicals from our next class, right? In our next class, we're going to be talking about different types of hosting, how to identify hosts, what type of domains you want to be able to buy. We're going to talk about integrating with AI. We're also going to talk about domain structure, subdomains. We're going to be talking about how to get your host. We're going to talk about how to install WordPress. That's what we're going to do first. So advice that we come early, how to install WordPress on your system. So you don't need to buy a domain and a host. You can install WordPress on your laptop, start to use it, and build a website. So if a client says, I want to build a website, normally for domain and host, maybe domain host and cost will cost maybe like 100,000 or 50,000. And you want to charge them everything together. You can say, okay, you know what? I'm going to build a website for you offline when you're ready, I put it online for you, right? And then you charge them a certain amount. That way, you can create different plans for those who are not able to pay for certain services right away. So that being said, we're going to be talking about basic WordPress settings and security tomorrow. So I advise you to come early. I advise you to come early tomorrow because it's going to be an exciting time. So if you're watching this video and this is just the first part, things I mentioned, click on the next video and you're going to be able to watch. You're going to be able to watch it. Thank you very much, guys. I'm going to be taking questions right now. All right. So this is just day one. So guys, let me know, what was your takeaway from today? What was your takeaway from today? What was your take? How many people are still on this call? Just 7. Some people already left. What was your takeaway for today? People of God, my style of teaching. I'm not recording again. So what do you mean by my style of teaching? Ẹ ṣeun. Okay. All right. So I'll see you guys in the next class. So this particular video will be uploaded probably tonight, and you can always rewatch it. Right. So please come early. We already know I'll be here 7 o'clock every day, and I'm not going to wait like I waited today. So you learned about contrast, hierarchy, white space. Thank you. Selecting colors, all of those things. I'm glad you learned. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next class. To everyone who attended, thank you. If you have questions, I'm open. I'm open in the group if you have questions. So I want to give an assignment to everyone. I need you to find 5 good websites and find 5 bad websites and share with us. Let's know if you can identify good and bad websites. All right. Thank you very much. The slide, no, you just watched the video. The video is on the slide now. The video is on the slide. Okay.